There's got to be violence. There's got to be physicality, and we didn't have it. Like, Roman doesn't get his hands dirty. He doesn't. And that's why he's kind of like a boring champion to me.
Now she's on commentary? Like, you paying her that kind of money to sit down and be on the mic? Like, bitch, get in the ring. I would be livid.
2 weeks away. We're back. You had a double ear infection, and this happened also. I think this is from the ear infection.
Yes.
This is actually ear blood.
That's weird.
No, what's going on here? You've been inspired by new AEW superstar Mercedes Moné.
Yes.
Are you the CEO?
I think my alter ego is going to be Vicky Anthony, so this is Vicky.
Oh, it's got like a kind of like a Jessica Rabbit, Little Mermaid vibe. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Little Mermaid's a little too innocent. You don't look very innocent. This is a wrestling podcast. What are you? Why are you staring at me? Oh, Chip, we got the figures here. They're gonna fall over during the show. I'm sure of it. I'm making it weird. You're wearing a red wig, but I'm making it weird.
I'm making it look good. You're making it weird.
All right, come up on the mic a little bit there.
I sound funny. I do have clogged ears.
It's been 2 weeks. I put up on Twitter and Instagram, Tony's had she had an upper respiratory infection that then turned into a double ear infection.
Yes.
You're just kind of getting over it in the last day or two. We've been watching wrestling in between horrific coughing. The big thing for me coming in today, there's so much to talk about. Missing 2 weeks right now during WrestleMania season with everything going on AEW. It's a lot. But after Monday Night Raw this week, I don't know how you feel, but I'm more interested in Cody Rhodes versus The Rock one-on-one than Cody versus Roman. How do you feel after that crazy, awesome ending to Raw?
I was a little sad. I didn't like seeing my man Cody like that.
He got beat up pretty good.
He did. That was rough to watch. At one point, I turned around and said, I don't like this.
Got a little color. Out in the rain by the bus.
I mean, it was theatrical, wasn't it? That was pure cinema in the rain with all and getting smashed and even holding him over that thing where I thought he was going to push him over.
Yeah, I thought he was going to throw him over the...
I was worried for Mr. Rhodes.
And the belt, and he keeps talking about his mother. We've brought mothers into this feud now. There's mothers involved.
I mean, I think WWE did a good job of building to this because everybody's been like, oh, they're all just jawing. They're all just clapping back at each other. It's all been talk. Even last week,
it's been slaps too. A couple slaps thrown in.
Because even last week with SmackDown, when they all came out, everybody's like, "Oh, why did it end right there? There wasn't a brawl. They didn't go after each other."
There's been no physicality, and I think that first week when it happened, that they ran out of time on SmackDown or something. Like there was supposed to be some physicality, but yeah, it's been very much like I will see you at WrestleMania, good sir, and like that's it. Like just some slapping, some mouth talk. Yeah. Till then, I bid you adieu. And now, finally, The Rock beats the Jesus out of Cody. But here's the thing. Like I just said, it makes me want to see Rock and Cody one-on-one. Like, the tag match is going to be great. But I think the problem is Roman doesn't wrestle a lot. And everybody feels like Roman's just a prop in this situation to just drop the belt to Cody so the story's finished. And, I didn't want to see Rock versus Roman because there was no build. Obviously, that could change leading into next year. But... don't you want to see Rock and Cody one-on-one now?
I mean, yeah, I do want to see kind of Cody get his vengeance, and I want it to be a man-to-man, one-on-one thing.
Yeah, not a tag match. Seth can kick rocks. He's got Drew.
I just want to see them go at it because, this was heartbreaking to watch, and I know this isn't the Cody Rhodes I know, and then I love, and I want to see,
And if he turns, and people still think The Rock's going to turn on Roman, I mean, man, really, really... putting over that The Rock is, 100% against Cody, 100% bloodline, 100% behind Roman. That's what cemented it. All the, finally all the talks, it's wrestling. There's got to be violence. There's got to be physicality. And we didn't have it. Roman doesn't get his hands dirty. He doesn't. And that's why he's kind of like a boring champion to me. He's been champion for so long. He doesn't wrestle a lot. He doesn't get his hands dirty. He has Solo and Jimmy do most of his dirty work. And now The Rock has done the dirtiest of the work.
I think I also like the ending of Raw because of how all of the different storylines are intertwining before WrestleMania, right? It started with Jay in the ring with Nakamura, and we weren't really quite sure why that was happening. And then Jimmy comes out, and there's a Jay and Jimmy nonsense. But then, Solo comes out, and then so Seth and Cody come out. But then Drew comes out.
And
I was like, what is going on here? This is all... was ready for CM Punk to come out, but he didn't. He's hurt. And then Cody goes backstage, and then here comes the. I mean, it was beautiful how all of that just kind of like unfolded before us. Like, it was all the things that we're building up to for WrestleMania all happening in the same time and all intertwining. It was really nice.
It is. It's all intertwined with the bloodline. And then CM Punk and Seth and Cody. Like, that is the overall story arc of WrestleMania has been one of the best builds. Like, I still don't care about Jay and Jimmy as a match, but I appreciate it more as part of this larger picture. I'm still very much, we didn't get a chance to talk about it because we had a couple weeks off. I would have rather seen Gunther and Jay for the Intercontinental. That's a whole nother show. But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I saw like a fan-made poster today on Instagram of like The Rock and Cody for SummerSlam in Cleveland. I was like, yeah, can we do that? Like 100%, can we do that? But if he turns, then it doesn't make any sense. So I feel like now I don't want The Rock to turn, because if he turns, we're not going to get that, because him and Cody are buddies and we screwed Roman. Yay, see you next year. Like, I don't want that now. I want Rock and Cody. I mean, you beat the crap out of him. Like, do you think we're still going to get Rock and Roman? Do you still think Rock's going to turn on Roman on Sunday?
I don't know. I do like this kind of like, because for a while it's been a little bit almost predictable in terms of what's been happening.
Yeah.
Right? And we're like, oh, this is what's going to happen, and Rock's going to do this, and blah, blah, blah. So I do like now that it's turned into a unpredictability kind of situation where, like, you can see both scenarios happening. You can see him turning on Roman, making it like Roman the Rock at SummerSlam or something, where he has to get back at him. But, like, you can see it where he doesn't, and it's like Rock and Cody. So I do like that now there's some, like, oh, there's a fork in the road. What could possibly happen? Which way are we going?
They pulled the rabbit out of their hat. Because, yeah, I mean, the slaps and everything back and forth and the mom talk and the insults and everything, it's great. But it's like, yeah, I need to see somebody get punched in the face. I need somebody get put through a table. I need somebody to get rock bottom, get crossroads, whatever. Or get thrown off the part of a garage into the lower part of a garage, wherever the hell they were. And they got the big vodka bus, Cody's vodka bus. I'm sure they were thrilled with the promotion there. Like, hey, buy our vodka. It won't make you bleed like Cody. Like, it might. But, yeah, it's got a lot better, and now we still have a week. We're recording this on Tuesday after this Raw. We still have SmackDown and then another week
Wednesday.
of shows.
Today's Wednesday.
Oh boy,
Ooh, that sucks. And you miss a day.
It's been a long week this year. But you know what I'm saying? We still have 3 more shows left before it all goes down, and The Rock's going to be on Raw. I mean, everybody's going to smack. Like, I don't know where this is going to go. Is Cody going to get revenge before Mania? Is he going to save it? Like, is he going to get, like, that's the thing. Like, does the face going to get comeuppance? Like, I don't know. There's a lot going on, but I'm excited. I think I'm was already excited for WrestleMania. I think I'm more excited now for the culmination of everything now that Rock's finally pulled the trigger and lived up. I mean, you can't call yourself the final boss and just slap people and make fun of moms and sing songs and pull out weight belts and be like, I'm going to get blood on this and hand it to your mom and quote Moana. No, you got to beat the crap out of somebody. And that's what he finally did.
Yeah, because at one point I was like, is it over yet? And it wasn't over. And then it kept going. And I was like, is he done? He's not done yet. And it kept going.
Was the Simpsons Ralph Wiggum? Stop it.
Stop! Stop! He's already dead.
That's what was running through my head the whole time. Like, oh, come on. But I think it's good. It really established this new mega heel final boss character that The Rock has been building. And that's the thing. Like, now there's like the payoff to this character build. We have it. It's like, okay, everything else makes sense. It makes everything else worth it. So, yeah, I mean, it's just been masterful storytelling. Like The Rock said, he told everybody to shut the hell up and just go on the ride he's taking us on. And I got to admit, at first I was like, I don't know about this, but, kudos to him. And his people and Triple H and everybody, because it's really been epic. You agree?
100%?
Good. Yeah. Nodding your head on an audio podcast isn't great. So anyway, okay. So another thing from Raw, and I mean, we like to bring these kind of debates up every once in a while. People seem to enjoy them. We're watching Raw on Monday. Ricochet and JD McDonough, and JD McDonough grabs him by the wrist and yanks him up, and he leaps into the air, Ricochet, and just hits a flipping Canadian destroyer, flipping pile driver out of nowhere, and then eventually does, all this other stuff. And I'm like, I'm watching that, and you watched it, and you were like, ooh, like, I like that. Like, what did you think when you saw that move? Had you ever seen anything like that before?
Well, that's my favorite kind of wrestling that I see, like the very acrobatic, the very,
Flippy-do wrestling?
like very acrobatic, very athletic.
Right. And nobody's more athletic than Ricochet.
I mean, he's just bouncing around, he's flying around.
Yeah, I think his bones are hollow. I've said that before. I think he has bird bones, and then it's like him in gravity. He's just like, I got this. And he floats. When he does shooting star presses and different things, he literally
he pauses in air.
He floats. He's like a balloon. He's like a beautiful balloon. But here's the thing.
Okay.
He's been in WWE a while now. Had a good come up in NXT, North American champion. He was Intercontinental champion for a while. He's the guy that Gunther beat for that belt 600-something days ago. Since then, even now with Triple H back, in control and running the show, I feel like he's just been kind of treading water. And I start to think to myself, I would love to see this man in AEW in there with Pac and Will Ospreay and Okada and Kenny Omega if he ever comes back. We love you, Kenny. Get well soon. All the different people, all the luchadors from CMLL that they've been bringing in. El Del Vikingo, I think he might be hurt right now, but like all these different, like, man, I would love to see Ricochet tear it up with these guys in AEW. Would it be better for him right now? Because I mean, things are log jammed in WWE. There's only so many spots. What do you think? I know you're like, nope.
So then why are you asking me?
Well, what do you think? I mean, but think about it. Think about Ricochet and his talent, his spot, and what he does. He's not a big talker, which you kind of need to have a more robust character, I feel like, in WWE.
I feel like I do like a good talker. I've told you this. Like
right.
one of the things I think is lacking in AEW with not just the women, but with all of the divisions, is like they don't captivate me with their promos and their talking. It all sounds the same.
Okay.
But I don't think Ricochet needs to talk because that man is doing things I don't think other people can do. Like, there are times when the wrestling can speak for itself. And you say this all the time with AEW. It's just about the good wrestling, and I get that. But why would I go to AEW when I'm at WWE on a platform that, and like, he's winning his matches, okay? They put him up against the Judgment Day 3 times, and he's winning his matches.
But there's a ceiling. Don't you feel like he's hit a ceiling? He's not going to get into that main event
anytime soon. There's a ceiling in AEW. Where's he going in AEW? Where's this growth you were thinking AEW has?
Titles he could win. There's just oodles of titles.
Yeah, I think too many titles diminishes the value of the titles. Why would I want?
TNT champion.
Like, what are the 15 million titles y'all got?
Oh, somebody does. Ring of Honor titles?
No. That is.
You don't think that he would be on a road more to a main event spot in AEW because he doesn't need to talk as much? And I gotta say, I think he would be great with Stokely Hathaway. I think Stokely Hathaway is wasted right now with this whole Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander thing. He's wasted. I think a heel Ricochet, cocky as hell, that he's the best flyer. He's the best high flyer in AEW, Japan, Mexico, doesn't matter. And Stokely hyping him up, or no, your boy Prince Nana, but no, he's pretty locked in with Swerve. I think Stokely Hathaway would be a perfect mouthpiece for Ricochet and help him get to that. And that's the thing. I think if he had a manager in WWE, I think that would help him move up the ladder. But there's a logjam even if the Intercontinental title. So it's like, what are you going for here? You're not going to get in the main event scene anytime soon for either one of those belts. I'm sorry, you're not. And the Intercontinental titles, that he had that. He's like, what is his role?
Well, what's AEW gonna do? Like, they signed Mercedes Moné. We've seen her 3 times. Bitch ain't had wrestled yet. Like, what the hell are we waiting for? Like,
gotta keep him on more.
I'm gonna get tired of wanting more. I'm gonna get bored of you. Like, get on with it. I don't know. Like, I'm hearing through the grapevine on the interwebs that AEW can sign him and not do nothing with him. Right? Like, why would you take a step back? You don't know what they're gonna do with you, but you know what you're getting now. Like, why would you do that?
Well, because I think, like I said, there's less of a ceiling. He can see more room for moving up the card there and be fresh matchups against guys like Orange Cassidy, Nick Wayne. Ricochet and Nick Wayne would be nuts. Like, Nick Wayne can fly around. Like, I think there's more stylistically better stories to tell and better matches and everything else that he could have there, be given more time. And I just feel like
I think he can pay his dues and be patient and wait around for an opportunity.
Pay his dues. He's been in the business forever. He was in Japan and the Indies.
Well, right now there's so much going on with the Jey Usos of the world and the Cody Rhodes of the world, like, it is what it is. Like, sometimes you just know where you're going to be. And like I've said before, like, why would I, bite my thumb at my position here at WWE and then go to AEW to be a nobody? Like, that's not good.
But who says he'd be a nobody? They've debuted 3
He's
people.
AEW, he'd be a nobody.
They've signed and debuted 3 people.
I'm not going to take a lesser platform.
It's not a lesser platform.
I think it is.
All right, well, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm sorry, but Miss Mercedes Moné didn't move the needle like you guys thought she would.
If you're going by TV ratings, we could have the argument all day.
You don't go by anything. I bring up TV ratings? No, that's not a thing. I go by this? That's not a thing. I go by ticket sales and sellouts? That's not a thing.
Ticket sales? What?
You always say that's not a thing. Every time I bring up an argument, it's like they're not doing that great. It's like, oh, but that's not a thing. You got to look at merchandise sales. That's what you tell me.
That's part of it. If she's
any idiot can afford a T-shirt.
You just called wrestling fans idiots? That's a good pause. Great for an audio podcast. You talk about moving. I'm talking about how they're used storyline.
I don't think they're used well.
Are you Tony Khan? Are you worried about Tony Khan's bank account? Are you worried about the TV rights deals? Are you worried about ticket sales because they've been selling out places?
You're just not selling me on why he would be better just because he would have matches with guys that are like he could get good matches at WWE.
All right, he had a great match with JD McDonough.
Yeah.
Now what? He's not in the tag match. He doesn't have a spot on the WrestleMania card. He's been there how many years? He's one of the best high flyers in the company. There's a 6-pack ladder match full of tag teams. He's not a tag team, so he's SOL. Look at what are going to throw him in at Andre the Giant Rumble and just have him do his normal bullshit? Like if I was him, I would be pissed that as talented as I am, I'm not on the WrestleMania card. Not even close. In AEW, he would debut and probably be on Dynasty, probably be a Double or Nothing after that. He would be on the pay-per-view, no doubt. There are enough people there where they can insert him into anything. Like Okada's come in and walked right into a feud, right into a storyline, right into a character. Ospreay has walked right in the door. Same thing. 5-star matches, feud with Bryan Danielson, pay-per-view spot. AEW starting to shed some of the dead weight, some of the people who just haven't made it out of those first few years. And they're starting to see that...
Maybe there's just no dead weight at WWE. Maybe things gone stale at AEW, so it's easier to insert people and new people. Things aren't stale right now at WWE, so it's harder to do that.
Okay, but for Ricochet, I feel they are. That's the debate. I feel like he has hit a ceiling. He doesn't have a spot on Mania. As good as he is, where does he go from here?
Well, you also remember his fiancé is at WWE. So.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it happens. People are in different companies. Malachi Black's in AEW, and Zelina Vega, his wife, is in WWE. I mean, until Naomi came back, her and Jimmy Uso were separate companies.
Like
it is what it is. I get that, and that's definitely probably a big factor for him. I'm just, hypothetically debating. Like, I think he'd be better off.
Hypothetically, I think it's dumb.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Mercedes Moné, and yes, we haven't seen her wrestle. Dynamite's on tonight. As we're recording this, it's Wednesday, as I've been told. And she's going to be on commentary for the TBS title contender 4-way.
I heard she booty on the mic.
You keep saying that because you heard your brother say it?
Well, that's what I heard.
That's what you heard in a text message from your brother.
She booty on the mic.
I don't. She is better as a heel. Here's my problem with what they've done with her so far. And I'm going to admit, I don't like the way she's been portrayed so far. But we're 3 weeks in. She came out. You get the big mega pop. I'm here. I'm happy to be here. Yay. Kissing baby, shaking hands, all that good stuff. They do the stuff that their history with Willow Nightingale. She's now inserted herself into this feud that was already going on between Statlander, Willow, Julia Hart, Sky Blue. TBS title sort of involved. It's kind of like it was a weird story before her. And now she's kind of being babyface to Chris Statlander, but healing Willow Nightingale. You can't be this over-the-top character. Like, I'm the CEO, I'm the top of it. Like, she's going to have to be heel. That's where she's better on the mic. Being a babyface, I feel like, is difficult for her because it's just like, I'm the best, and I'm here, and I'm the CEO, and our cat's running across. It's a podcast. I hope you all can hear that. But you see what I'm saying? Like I think you're saying she's booty on the mic. I think she needs to be full-fledged heel. And I think tonight on commentary, we're going to get to hear her for real on the mic because she's going to be talking during this match. You didn't even watch her debut.
There you go, because she didn't move the needle. She didn't move me to turn on the TV.
So if she had moved the needle, then you would have flipped on the show on the DVR and went, oh, okay, now we'll watch it.
I didn't hear a lot of it. Listen, I will see the buzz on the social medias of the wrestling. Like, you've seen my my X nonsense, like all of it, my algorithm is just wrestling. So if
Yeah.
something comes up that's great, I will see it.
Okay.
She ain't come up. You know what did come up? Her rap song,
Yeah.
which was booty. It was garbage.
That's her theme song. She sings her own theme song. CEO.
People are really giving her too big a head. Like, someone should have told her, like, this ain't it. This ain't it.
They gave her a lot of money. I don't think they're going to tell her this isn't it. Like, a lot of money. Like ruffle some feathers money. And this is the funniest part. I'll admit again. I admit when Jessica Rabbit, my beautiful wife, is right.
No, it's Vicky Anthony.
Vicky Anthony Rabbit, the littlest mermaid, the Latina mermaid. Latina mermaid. Oh, that might be good. But she didn't have a voice for a while, which would be great. But meme that face. Anyway, I'm kidding. I love you. You made me lose my train of thought completely.
I was right about Mercedes Moné or something.
Oh, that she would ruffle feathers. And I said, she hasn't even gotten there yet. How could she ruffle feathers? And then it comes out that she's probably the highest paid woman in the business, including WWE. And she went on a podcast right before she debuted and said, yeah, I'll go back to WWE someday. I have unfinished business there. Banging my head against the wall. Like, you just shot yourself in the foot. I'm over here trying to be like, yep, she's going to be great. Nope, she wants to be there. She needs to be there. This is the place to be. She's like, yeah, I'll be back in WWE eventually. And you're just like,
You know what's so funny? Because you also argue with me that she could have these like locker room issues either place, right?
Yes.
AEW, WWE. But
Everywhere.
I've seen nothing but support for her from her ex, like,
her friends.
Friends.
They're not ex-friends. They're ex-coworkers.
I was going to say colleagues.
Yeah.
For her ex-colleagues and
Bailey,
her friends.
Tamina, and
yeah, they've
Naomi.
all been nothing but love from them, even now that she's in AEW. But like, if I'm in AEW, and I know you got that paper, you got that paycheck, and you talking like we would hate this in any other sport situation, right? Like if a big time name we paid big bucks to, we gave him a huge contract, and they're like, oh, I'll just go back to my original team at some point. Like, we'd hate that, right?
You mean like LeBron James did when he went back to Cleveland?
So like for me, it's like I knew she was gonna ruffle feathers. I'm pretty sure. Like, and if I was a woman at the AEW and I was like, I've been here, and I ain't got that paycheck, and this bitch ain't even wrestled yet, and you just got her talking, and we're not even really sure what she's doing. She's over here, the CEO beefing with this one, beefing with that one. Now she's on commentary. Like, you paid her that kind of money to sit down and be on the mic? Like, bitch, get in the ring. I would be livid.
Bitch, get in the ring. Wow. I don't know why. I find it weird that they've inserted her in the TBS title situation, because that is a secondary title. Jade Cargill built that title way up in a Goldberg-style run, and then now it's dipped down in my eyes. And I get that there's currently a world title feud with Toni Storm and Deonna, and now Thunder Rosa is inserted. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they didn't plan ahead for this one. Apparently, the Okada storyline, with him coming in, aligning with the Bucks, winning the Continental Classic, like them being this new super version of the Elite, this total asshole EVP version of the Elite, like they said that was planned for months. So I'm like, nobody could have sat down and planned out Mercedes' debut storyline a little better? Like,
I mean, I've seen Will Ospreay wrestle, and wasn't his debut like he wrestled in a match or something?
He came in after leaving New Japan. He was done with them. They announced him months ago, and he came in. He had his matches with Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and now he's facing Bryan Danielson in like a dream match. They never face each other, two of the best in the world at Dynasty. I mean, that's kind of Will Ospreay's thing. He's got a best in the world type gimmick, and now people are going to challenge that, which is very simple, but he's that good, and he's been great on the mic. I don't know if you've heard his promos, since people are surprised at how good he's been on the mic. Just him and Tony Schiavone and talking and the things he said, like he's top for me right now.
But yeah, no, I'd like, if I was one of the women at AEW, I'd be like, yo, make that bitch earn her paycheck. Like,
well, I mean, she's going to wrestle. It's not like she's never going to wrestle, but they're building to it. I feel like the build has been slow and awkward.
I guess maybe I wouldn't have been as mad and said that if she didn't come out and say what she said about going back to the... But like, now that I'm mad, now that I have it, like now there's like a chip on my shoulder. Now that I'm like, no, she got to prove she's earned that, because she's not over here.
Are you still the same? Are you still as good as you think you are, as they're paying you to be? Yeah.
Yeah, like why? Like, yeah, like, I don't know. I don't think, and even with the women's division in WWE, I don't even think she's better than those women. Or at least you're not proving it to me.
Well, she's on that level. She's a former WrestleMania main eventer, like we've talked about.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if you like dropped off. I don't know what you've been doing.
I mean, I compared to Naomi's return. I don't think Naomi's return has been that great. I mean, she came out in the Rumble. She's lost some matches. She lost to Tiffany Stratton. Now she's in some sort of weird, trust issues with Bayley storyline with Bianca. It seems like maybe they're going to do Bianca and Naomi as a tag team or turn Bianca heel. Like I feel like they didn't really have a plan for her either, and they're kind of shuffling things around. WrestleMania season gets weird for people if you don't have like an ongoing storyline. Like it otherwise just feels thrown together and people don't give a shit. So I mean, I feel like the two of them left together 2 years ago. Naomi had her run in TNA and Impact, and now she's back in WWE. But I mean, I think for both of them, they're still kind of finding their way. But they debuted Mercedes as such a big deal, and now they're kind of like taking a step back. And she's like, I would have rather her. People thought that they were going to feud her with Serena Deeb. That Serena Deeb was going to be like, you think you're so good? Like, I'm the professor of wrestling. I've come back and started being like that. I feel like a one-on-one feud for her would have made more sense than involved in this group dynamic.
Yeah.
What? Did you? Yeah.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, there's so much more we could talk about in wrestling. I do want to get to reality. We do advertise this as a show we talk about reality on, and I know you're waiting for
My Housewives in New Jersey.
coming up still May, right?
May.
We're still a ways away from that. But we have been watching Vanderpump Rules. The show's gotten better. In my opinion, it's been building and building all season. My favorite part from the recent episode was Tom Sandoval and Arianna was there, and they're both at the same like restaurant bar, and he had to take a shit, and he like didn't want to go past her to get to the bathroom. It's like, that's where we're at. My man can't walk past her to go to a bathroom. Like, just kind of like, put your head down. Like, excuse me, pardon me, you gotta take a shit. Like
That was your favorite part of the episode?
that was the funniest part of the episode.
Not the part where he was in like the pool with those two women, and it was clearly very uncomfortable.
Oh my god. That was the most awkward shit in the world. He's like, so I cheated on my girlfriend of 10 years, and then we went on a reality reunion show, and it got worse. And but like he just spilled, like, I don't know if he's trying to get with these girls or hook up with these girls, but he just spilled his shit as if they didn't know who he was. How do you not know? What are all these cameras doing at this pool party you're throwing? They knew who he was, right?
Yeah.
Like, so why would he
But
feel
just
the
the
need?
way he was approaching them and he was talking about it, I was like, this is your game right now? Like, I get you've been out of it for a while.
10 years.
Technically, because he has been cheating. He has cheated on Ariana.
Right, but what game did he have to spin with her? Just like, hey, we've known each other, want to hook up? Like, but these women, like, who leads with that? Who leads with, like if I spilled to you, like, here's the story of my divorce, day one. When we first started dating, you would have been like, cool, man, see you later.
Well, that's what you did.
That's what I did, and she stuck around. She wears a wig now, but she's fine. But yeah, no, that was weird. I still don't understand the stuff with Scheana. Like, it feel like she just keeps bringing up Dancing with the Stars. That, like, that's really eating at her, and she's like, "I was so happy for you. You know that was my dream, and I wanted it since I was a little girl. But I'm so happy that you got
like
it."
if you ever started off with saying like, I really wanted that, but I'm happy for you. Like, you're not as happy. Like, you're really trying to convince yourself that you're happy for me. I'm also getting tired of Scheana and Lala with this nonsense of like Ariana has to like okay their relationship with Tom Sandoval. Like,
yes,
I think people need to understand what boundaries are, and Ariana is not controlling you. She's not telling you can't be friends. But if you are friends, here's where I'm drawing the line. And I don't want him in my life. And she's also has every right to say that. Like, she controls who she has in her life and who has access to her and her information. And if she doesn't want her ex to have that, and she doesn't want him to have that through mutual friends, right, she's free to do that. So if you're over here and you're unsure what you want to do, like, just make your decision. But you're losing a friend. Just suck it up. And if you want to keep Sandoval, like, that's a shitty, like, answer. Like, that's not the right, there is a right and wrong answer here. And the right answer is supporting Ariana as someone who was the victim in the situation, and not Tom Sandoval, who still continues to not take accountability.
But wasn't it Scheana who said that at one point, like, when she was dead broke a few years ago, like, Tom, like, PayPal'd her, like, a couple grand to, like, help her out, stay afloat? That was her or Lala?
That was her, but so?
But I'm saying, like, that's the thing. Like, that's someone that was there for you in a pinch. Like that's someone who's a true friend. Like, you're not, and didn't want anything returned and say, like, oh, it's a loan with this percentage of interest rate.
I don't know. People
like,
say this.
That's. I mean,
there's a saying from a friend of mine. She's from Trinidad, And I can't take medicine for someone else's cough, right? Like,
Right.
if you got a problem for someone, that's not my problem, right?
Right.
But there are times when someone's character should be questioned, and you should wonder if you can trust them. And this is a big deal. This was a big thing that Tom did, right? This is a multifaceted thing. It's not just cheating. If he just cheated like a one night stand, like, oh shit, I fucked up and I cheated and I apologized and I came forward and I was honest.
Right.
I can see her saying, I'm going to forgive his lapse in judgment. This was not a lapse in judgment.
No, it was ongoing.
This was a calculated thing. This was possibly a grooming situation where he manipulated Rachel into thinking, you need me. I'm your only person here.
Right.
And then he lied about it. He constructed a lie. He coached her into how to lie about this. This was a lot bigger than just like a one-off cheating situation. And
right, but it didn't happen to Scheana. He didn't cheat on Scheana.
But this is a time where you can say, like,
so you treated
this
her.
is a lot bigger than me in this relationship. And who is this person that can do this to someone that they knew for 10 years? Why should I trust them now?
But what does she has to trust? I'm saying she sees that he's more than just this affair that he's had. He's someone who's been there for her as a friend. He's someone that's lent her financial support when she was in a bind, when she needed it. Like, he's not the worst person in the world. He's a person who did something terrible to someone and kind of blew up this friend group because of it with the drama. But he's also, in another sense, a good dude who was there for a friend. So that's where she's torn. Am I supposed to hate you because of this, or love you because of this, or is there middle ground? And if there's middle ground, I'm going to lose Arianna as a friend. So that to me is the push and pull. I can see her mindset.
I don't think Arianna needs to compromise on that. Like, if she says to Arianna,
she doesn't. But
she doesn't, and that's the thing that they keep arguing is that, like, why aren't you like compromising?
Because she doesn't want to lose Arianna as a friend.
But Ariana's fine with it. Like, cut your losses and move on.
But
don't make Arianna okay with it. That's, I think, unfair. Don't force Ariana's hand to have to be okay with it. Either you accept the fact.
But why does it matter if they're not all in the same setting? Like, as long as it's not a group setting where they're all there and Tom Sandoval's there, like, why can't she just be friends with Arianna and not bring up Sandoval?
Because if I trust you as a friend, I want to be able to tell you everything. I don't want to be able
you
to tell you
go
everything.
back to...
And I don't want there to be an avenue of this information getting back to my man.
Well, it's on television. There's fucking cameras everywhere. So if that happens, she's going to find out about it.
But sometimes it's not on camera. Sometimes things might be like personal or legal or whatever.
It's tough. I've never been in a situation, so I can't speak to it, where I've had a group of friends blow up because of a...
I mean, I've done this where, like...
You've had affairs after 10 years?
No. But I've had situations where someone did something to someone I loved, and they're like, oh, you don't have to take it personal. It's like, well, I am gonna. Because, like, I feel it. Like, I care about you.
Yeah, you empathize.
And this person wronged you, and, like, I was ready to go fisticuffs. I'd be like, who this bitch? Like, I'm that person. I'm that friend.
Okay.
So, for me, it's unfathomable, like Kate likes to say, to, like, sit here and look at someone like that and think, well, I can look past that. No, I can't look past that. Because this person didn't deserve that. And what if one day I'm the person that you don't care about anymore? Right? Like.
So it's like, put your guard up, because if you don't, he will turn on you. So Arianna trusted him for 10 years and still
like, to be fair,
screwed over.
Yeah, like, I would never, like, if you had told me, yeah, I've cheated on an ex before, I'd be like, we can't be together.
Right.
I don't because if you could do that to someone else, you could do that to me.
Yeah. All right. We'll see how the season ends. I don't know how much. They said like a mid-season trailer. There's more to come.
But they also like filmed the reunion already, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it was really early.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's weird. The film, like I said, there's that disconnect between the filming schedule and what's happening. Like, we just saw on the internet that Ariana's already bought a new house and all this other stuff, but we don't know what the situation is with her old house. Yeah, it's weird. The timing of the show is weird, that it's like so far removed from real time. All right. Well, we took 2 weeks off, so we did a little overtime. We don't even introduce ourselves anymore. Just like jumping right in.
I did. I introduced Vicky Anthony, my alter ego.
That's right. Well, I'm Chris Robinson. This is Antonia Robinson. That's what it says on her. That doesn't say it on your license yet, does it? You can find all of our links on linktree.com/YourMeanToMePod. It's in the bio of all our social media: Instagram, Twitter. Follow the show if you want to listen to it. Spotify, Apple Music. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, please. Give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment, all that YouTube jazz. And you can follow us, too, on our personal social medias. We're on TikTok, Threads, everywhere. Go to Linktree. That's where we're at. Good show, good comeback show?
Yes.
No coughing. I'm surprised. You're
It's
holding
been a
it back? You're holding it back. Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We still don't have a sign off.
I'm not doing that.
Salute? No? Okay.